thinking about our marriages, reviewing our relationships, and then getting better at them. And so, as usual, you know what I'm about to say. Go out there, reach out to your friends, let them know that, hey, what you've been waiting for the whole week is here. Go out there, reach out to family and friends, let them join us on this episode, and let them come with all the questions and concerns and all. So currently, let me try to share mine. Trying to have people know that we live, and then yeah, we'll get going. And as you might have seen, I have a special guest with me today. We are privileged to have the hack lady with us, and hopefully we have we have useful hacks today to get our marriages and our relationships better. And so yeah, reach out to everyone, let them know that we're good to go. And if you join, let us know you're here, so we can read your comments, your contributions, and all that you bring. Okay, so today, what are we discussing? So we trying to look at associations, external associations that is allowable in marriage. So when you get married, yes, you get joined together to your spouse as husband and wife, and the goal is to live forever happily after, just as in the in all the Cinderella and Snow White stories. But it doesn't mean that people you knew before and all immediately, for some reason, just vanish. You still have family, you still have friends, you still have peers at work, you still have acquaintances and all. Now, what we want to delve into is, are there relationships that need to be cut off? What is too much? And so, I trust me, it's going to be an interesting one. So, Prissy, I'm sure you might have heard that there are people who would want to tell their spouses who they can be friends with or who they can be friends with. Do you think that is right in itself? Do you think when you get married, your spouse should be able to call out some friends and say that, hey, stay away from A, B, or C? What do you think?
Okay, so when you get married, I believe that you marry someone you think alike, with like your thoughts are aligned together. And
Oh,
so
not necessarily. You can marry someone who thinks way differently from you. I think so,
yeah,
yeah.
but ideally we
Mhm.
usually go for people who we feel that we have the same beliefs, principles, and all that with.
Right.
And so if you marry somebody and the person is pointing out a particular person you associate with and
Okay.
wants you to disassociate with that person,
Yeah.
I think you should also find out the reason. There
Okay.
should be a reason for that. So if
Right.
the person is not able to give you any reason and say that I don't want to see you associating with this person, that will not make sense, because we are all adults and we use our sense of reasoning. So to
Okay.
some extent, we can have our spouses cautioning us that, okay, we don't like this association and all that. If the reason is tangible, fine. But then there are some people who don't want anybody around their spouses, be it their
Mm-hmm.
husbands or their wives, and they want you to
Mm-hmm.
cut association with everybody, all the friends you had, even those who came to the wedding. Um, what it doesn't matter how engaged they were in your
Okay.
marriage, they want all those people cut
Okay.
off your
Okay.
from you. I think that one is bad.
So okay, I have two questions. Two. The first one is, what if your spouse doesn't necessarily have a reason or want to give you a reason, but might be having Uh, a hunch. I mean, just that, okay, I don't think this person is right. I mean, is it also worth considering?
Whatever hunch it is should have a backing, definitely. You might have seen
No, I
one
mean,
or
not
two.
always. I mean, sometimes you just see someone and you feel like, no, for some reason, I really don't like this person. I mean, sometimes you don't have reasons for that. So,
Okay, so
yeah.
if you know your spouse, if you know that
Okay.
it is this one particular person that your spouse has a
Okay.
hunch on, like this is
Yeah.
one, is just one out of many,
Yeah.
then that would
Okay.
really make sense. But if it is someone who constantly
Yeah.
tells you to stay away from this person, and then the next day it's another person, then
Mhm.
what the person is trying to do is to alienate you from people. And I think that one too is wrong. Because if it's a
Okay. So,
constant thing, then it's a problem.
okay. So that actually leads to my second question. And viewers, if you have any comments on this, if you have any questions on this, feel free to post them. I'm ready to read your comments. Now, so Prissy, that goes to my follow-up question. If your spouse is saying that stay away from A, B, C, and maybe continues to say X, Y, Z, so from A to Z, asking you to stay away from everyone, is your spouse rather not helping you to fulfill the biblical principle of living and cleaving? So if you're supposed to leave your mother and father and cleave to your spouse, and then I mean, maybe your spouse is actually helping out you out with that principle. Is that not it?
No, no man is an island. So what if, okay,
Yeah, yeah. So you and your spouse wouldn't be an island.
yes,
You'll be two people.
yeah.
So yeah.
So wait. So let's assume that you paid attention to your spouse. You
Yeah.
decided to break away from everyone. I'm not saying this is going to happen, but what if
Hmm.
anything disastrous happened between you, not in terms of breakdown, but let's say you lose your spouse, who are you going to
Okay.
relate to now? After
Then at
alienating
that point,
everyone.
no, at that point, probably you are in a different phase of your life, so you start building relationships again.
And it's going to be difficult because usually
Yes, but
your
it
friends,
be
the good friends, are the people who know you, people you started
okay.
life with and all that. They can easily
Mhm.
relate to you, but going to make new friends somewhere else, I don't know how you can do that.
Oh
You
yes,
can make
but
good friends, but I don't know how you can go,
yeah.
you're how easy it is going to start again.
So whether a friend will be good or bad is not directly proportional to how long you've known them. So maybe you meet someone right after whatever disaster happens, and then you become good friends.
It's but
All
it's
your spouse is saying is that um, he or she needs your focus, so stay away from, I mean,
I don't know
everyone else.
how
So yeah.
much is that spouse not working or something, like needs your focus 24/7, for like
No, no.
what sort
So
of attention is is your spouse seeking?
I might not know, but yeah, whatever it is, that is what your spouse is asking for. Is that supposed to be considered toxic?
Yeah,
Is that
I
not
to some extent, um how do you call it, especially I know it has to do especially with the men or the husbands, um the very controlling type, those who want to
okay?
control even the air you breathe. They don't want
Maybe they are in the medical profession, so yeah, they
they want to
okay.
control you to the extent that they want to control even the sort of friends you have. They want to know every, I don't know how to call that, but those people alienate you from anyone so that when they are doing anything bad to you, you will not have anyone to run to for help. It's like it's either they are afraid that you would carry, especially those who are not so correct, they are either afraid that when they do anything bad, you go and confide in someone. So they will try to eliminate everyone around you so that you be stuck to them, and then you have nobody to even talk to, or someone who can help you find a solution to your problem.
Okay, so before we continue, Jackie says, Chichi says hello. Hey, say hello to Chichi. Yeah. Now, then what I will be asking is, I mean, because people will have reasons for whatever they say. Sometimes when you listen to them, you really get their point of view. But do you think that sometimes having, and I will not call it so many friends per se, because that also has its own
too much of everything is bad. So
exactly. So would you say that also having other couples, I mean, going out together, like trying to encourage each other, blah blah blah, might also pose a problem? And before you answer that, Jackie says that this happened to a close male family member. Okay, Jackie, if you could share more details as to what happened. Was that is it that the wife said, "Hey, you shouldn't have any other friend," or the husband said, "Okay"?
And sometimes the
wife
elimination is that bad that it's even your mother and your father. Like, they want to eliminate you from your mother, your parents, your siblings, anybody that is close from you.
Help again, playing the devil's advocate. I'll say they are helping you to live and cleave, right? Is that not?
You
Is
came
that not
from
right?
somewhere, so definitely you'd. And marriage is not.
Oh, so
it's not just between
Bible
a man and a
didn't know
woman.
you
It's two families. In our culture, it's between two families.
Exactly. So yes, if you say that it's a Christian marriage and you want to go by Christian principles, then yeah, you live and cleave. Okay, so back to my question. Do you think that there could also be issues with, I mean, people having close pals, married pals as well? They go out together, they try to go on holidays together and so on and so forth. What do you think would be the dangers there? Are those good associations to have as well?
Yes. So sometimes they are good, and sometimes something bad could come out of it, depending on
What makes it good and what makes
the individuals involved in the group, and then the personality of you, the one joining the group. So if you know that you are easily influenced, if you are with a positive group, like people who do the right thing, you pick up good traits from them and bring them home. But then if you are the type, you are with the type that are like doing things wrongly, there are some people that have extramarital affairs and all that. Maybe even among the males in that circle, that all your friends in that group are like that type. At a point, it will be like there's nothing wrong with having an extramarital affairs. If the opportunity presents itself, you just jump into it because all your friends are doing that. Then sometimes there's a lot of comparison. So oh, maybe as you are in that group, you talk like, oh, my husband does this for me, my wife does this for me. Then you come home, and when you see my friend, this is how the wife does the things, this and that for her. You are not, and then you start comparing. It's really bad because no two, in fact, they are married to a different personality, so you shouldn't expect that you be treated the same way as the other spouse treats the husband or the wife. So I believe it also depends on you, the individual. Do you go out there to pick up only the positive ones, or you are influenced irrespective of whether they are positive or negative?
Okay, so on that, this is what I think. So you're part of that group. You say you have 7 or 10 different couples that to try to encourage each other, go on trips together, blah blah blah. Now, about picking the positive traits, right? this is my point about it. If you see something you think is worth emulating and you pick, sometimes it doesn't work in isolation. You would need the other spouse to also respond in a certain way before whatever you've seen there can work as intended. So, of course, what would happen is that you would be comparing and say, hey, like for example, let's say that you have a spouse who wouldn't maybe give you compliments or whatever, right? And one decides to, okay, I've seen that other people give compliments. You come to give compliments, but your spouse is not one giving to compliments. Like he doesn't care, he or she doesn't care. I mean, whatever you say doesn't respond. It means that you are picking something positive, but then there will be the temptation to actually nudge your spouse and say, hey, this is how they react when their spouses give them compliment. Why are you not reacting in the same way? I mean, so you might go out there to pick positive things, like you said, but it also comes with a baggage of having to try to get your spouse to react like you see out there. So it looks like no matter how we look at it, there should always be a prompting to be like the other person. And so, is that wrong in itself?
You know who you married to. So, for instance, I know Van. When I compliment Van will not respond. So,
Yeah, because I don't
so
like
I know,
I don't like all.
I know that
I'm an old soldier.
I you know which ones will work for you because you've been with the person for a long time. You shouldn't copy blindly. So as you are, if it's something that you can easily adjust to as a couple, that's fine. But if it's something that you know that maybe some people are eating intercontinental dishes in their home, and you know that my husband likes local food, I would come and prepare this intercontinental and expecting to get compliments, and this man would be like, "What is this?" You already knew that your husband didn't like exotic, and so you shouldn't feel bad. Maybe you have tried, fine, but if you feel it doesn't work, you don't do it again and expect to see a different result. So it's all based off the personality of your spouse. You don't just need to copy things and come and paste them blindly. Yeah.
Interesting. Okay, hey, Nalamle, good to have you. So Jackie says that the wife insulted all his friends and family, and he said nothing. After 15 years, she's divorcing him because she has found a man 7 years younger than her. Oh, okay. That's interesting. And Jackie says that it's a long story. Oh, okay. Maybe we'll need a whole episode for that. Okay. What would you say should be the limit when it comes to, or at what point would you say it's becoming toxic if your spouse is like preventing you from nurturing some other relationships? I don't mean other negative relationships, like nurturing other positive relationships, like with your parents, with your friends, work colleagues, and all. At what point do you think it is beyond, what can be managed?
This is a tough one, but I think if you realize that there's no explanation, like the thing doesn't make
Freedom of
sense, but
okay.
everyone you can count, like everyone, the person wants everyone out of the way, then I think that the problem is not the people, but it is the one who is asking you to cut them away. Maybe the person has a problem the person needs to resolve, maybe a psychological problem or something.
But should you not, if you are positively minded, should you not consider that as a sign of your spouse really loves you a lot and is not willing to share your time with others?
I don't know how love can be love can be selfish. Love is not selfish, so I don't know.
Yeah,
Yeah. I don't know, but I don't know how they think. Like people like that think, but Unless maybe you don't have time for them, then it makes sense that you're always on phone with your friends. Your husband is home and you don't pay attention to him. You don't even serve his meals. You are like, oh, go and get your food yourself, and you're on phone. That's a different case altogether. Or maybe you've been into a certain lifestyle in the past, and you are still in touch with those negative lifestyle, and the your husband doesn't want you to be in touch with those kind of friends. That's a different situation. But then when it has to do with anybody, positive, negative, just be yourself. Don't associate with anyone at all. Then it becomes, and usually we call those men, most of those people are narcissists. Like they want you to always be like a bad person, and when you try to go out or talk to people to have fun and take your mind off maybe some quarrels at home and all that, they will try to cast the people that make you happy. They always want you to feel miserable.
Oh, so how can you be married to someone who doesn't want you to be happy?
Of course,
Okay,
yeah, there are people like that.
no,
They always
no, it could be that they want to be the ones making you happy
no.
and
Some
not
of the
someone
men will
else.
not
What
make you
about that?
happy. Neither do they want outsiders to make you happy. They always want you to be miserable, and then it's not just men.
Oh,
There are some
how?
women too like that. If
Oh,
if they treat you badly at home and you feel like, okay, let me chat with this person, I'm happy. Hey, why are you on phone? When you are watching telly, hey, why are you watching telly? Why is this place not clean? Come in. They just don't want to
okay.
see you seated, relaxed, doing something that you get it, you understand. So some people are like that.
Yeah.
They are the bad
Anyway,
ones, but they always want you to feel like you are the bad person.
okay, so I'll come to what the solution is. Okay, so Nalamle is saying that it's selfishness. Nalamle, with this issue of selfishness, I don't know if we can put it into perspective, because if you have a spouse, okay, and you feel that, like, for example, like the example Prissy you gave, you have a spouse who is always like on phone with other people and all. I mean, as humans, you would exhibit your selfishness to say, hey, I mean, I'm here as your spouse and you engage me and you are constantly engaging outsiders. So, yeah, maybe that's the reason why the person will try to say, cut off all of those relationships. So, Nalamle, I don't know what you think about that. Sometimes it's also because people have gone out of gear and they are over engaging other people outside of the marriage. Okay, so Prissy, if someone has a spouse that he thinks is going beyond the toxic boundary and is not allowing him or her to have other engagements, what do you think should be the solution to that?
I think the first thing is to talk to the person.
Okay.
That's you have to try first, but I don't know if the person is going to listen.
Okay.
So the next is to talk to somebody who the person reveres, to talk to
Okay.
the person, someone
Okay.
that the person can take advice from.
Okay.
If it doesn't work, then I don't know what you're going to do, because it's
Oh,
marriage.
amen. Okay, so what you're saying is that if it doesn't work, then you carry your baggage like that. You said you are in love. Is that what you're saying?
I don't know how else, because if the person is not willing to take the advice of anyone,
Okay.
and most often it's a character like that, it will be difficult for you to change, because it's difficult to change someone after marriage. So
Right.
unless
Oh,
the
oh,
person is willing to change himself, but it will be
okay.
difficult. Yeah.
So how do these things manifest earlier in relationships and all? How can you see these red flags and then possibly advise yourself and then quit before you get into the marriage situation?
Well, I think that for such people, even in a relationship, they start treating you like maybe a father and child relationship. Don't go here. What are you going to do there? Don't talk to this person. Don't, like, they don't see you as somebody who is capable of thinking for him or herself. Then
Is that not why they call you baby? If someone is calling you baby, that presupposes that or yeah, right? You want to protect your baby, you want to guide your baby, and also
you can suggest, that, oh, I think that this person is not a right person you should be hanging around. What do you
Okay,
think? You can suggest, but you shouldn't be like, I don't want you, don't. Then
yeah,
it becomes like a
like father and
controlling way.
son, or I'm sorry, father and
Some of
daughter.
them too, you won't know until you are married. It's not every one of them that you know. And so they
Yeah,
feel that they have bought you.
exactly,
Yes.
exactly.
So sometimes you will never know until
It's too late,
after the
maybe.
marriage. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So they feel that you are their property. They don't treat you as themselves. They see you as property. So
Yeah.
you should do whatever they ask you to.
Right. So is this okay? Before I ask that question, Senior is laughing and says, "Baby, yeah." I mean, if you call someone baby, it means that yeah, I'm all here for you to care for you to yeah, exactly. Now, um, so will this also not give people the license to say that hey, I'm at liberty to engage? I mean, to have my freedom of association, whoever I want to associate with. What should be the feedback if your spouse says no, I still want to associate with that person?
I think if the reason why you don't want the person to associate with, and you give something that's is reasonable, or something that can, it is a real challenge that you feel
Yeah.
would impact the relationship.
Mm-hmm.
The person, whoever it is you are asking not to associate with, the person would really. But if you cannot make your point across,
Yeah.
then that is when there's refusal, unless your spouse is the how do you call that type?
The stubborn
Uh,
type.
the stubborn type. And some
Yeah.
people too feel that the moment you ask them not to associate with someone, then you are controlling, even once.
Mm-hmm.
No, it's not that. But if it's for a good reason,
A valid reason. Yeah.
yeah, valid reason, then the
Yeah.
person is not controlling. But if you have somebody who tries to take everything that will make you look like you are progressing, like some of them will even ask you to stop your job and
Right.
stay at home. I'll take
Right.
care of you. Now
Right.
you stop your job. You want to go and take money from him. You are taking too much money. And
Right.
like they'll do everything for you to be in a tight corner.
Right.
And at the end of the day, they will start abusing you verbally, physically, and then they don't want you to associate with anybody, your relatives, your friends. They don't want to see, because the least thing, they'll just accuse you of something. Then it's what is actually called a narcissist. And most of such people are people with inferiority complex.
Okay.
So actually they want to find they
A
feel
way out, an
superior.
escape route.
They feel
Yeah.
superior when
Mm-hmm.
you are miserable. They make you feel miserable, or they feel
Right.
that they are able to control someone, because
Okay.
maybe out there they are not able to control anybody. Where they go out there, they are looked down
Yeah.
on. So they feel that, okay, but when I come home, I have to feel like the boss at home. So
Right.
then they want to control you.
Oh, okay, interesting. So Nalamle says that I think he or she needs counseling because there may be something that makes the person feel uncomfortable with others around you. Yeah, it can only be known through counseling. Yeah, correct. I mean, there could be some underlying issue. I mean, or reason, or it could even be something from the person's past And
Yeah,
so when the
be a
person
past
sees
relationship.
exactly the person sees that person, then it triggers some emotions, and the person wouldn't want to have that person around. Okay. Um, all too soon. It's time, and we have to draw down the curtains. Thank you all for joining in with your comments and your inputs. I mean, it's always good to make it very interactive. And thank you, Hack Lady, for bringing in hacks as usual. And so we'll say bye bye for now. Next week will come your way again. So, as usual, always remember that no two relationships are the same. Have a great week. Cheers and bye bye.
Bye. When you marry, initially people would want to see, hey, how are these people doing? Sometimes, especially when you have a big wedding. So people also tend to want to impress others by sewing, dressing up, renting big apartments, buying expensive cars. Meanwhile, you'll be suffering inside. Your finances cannot hold, and that is what people go through a lot here. So they try to impress everyone outside the marriage except